Hey guys, what's going on? I am Hiroshi from WebStylePress.com. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here, I share tutorials at this channel that can boost up your software engineering skills. So if you want to learn and grow in this area, join this channel by hitting subscribe button and bell icon. In this video guys, we are using our previously created controlled counter and adding some more functionality to it. Previously we created a counter in reactjs that counts up indefinitely or infinitely but counts down to 0, and we were able to pass the counter and reset it as well. Now we are adding another control. We want to count it to specific number. We want to restrict its upper count limit. So I want to add an input field here, and I will set the upper count limit, and then if I will count up, it will go to only that limit. We will restrict this counter. But first of all, let me show you the functionality of this counter to you. If I count it up, if I use multiple clicks at this button, nothing happens. And then if I release and it goes on counting infinitely, and I can pause it, I can reset it, I can count it up again, and I can pause it and count it down, and counting down will bring it down to 0, but no more than 0, no more below than 0. For this our requirements are different. Let me just walk you through this code before we proceed. We have got this simple component, and here are our requirements, and this is the counter one that I'm importing. This is the component. This is the class based component that uses this keyword everywhere. And our constructor, inside our constructor we have got state, and inside state there is count and its value is 0. So we defined set interval in the component, and so we are using component will unmount and clearing that interval by using this function clear interval, and clear interval this dot interval. This is the interval name that we have defined. We are starting interval here at count up, and we are starting interval in count down, and then we are clearing it here. We have got a function that clears that interval. Okay, so I have got this label type starting point, and then I have got this input that has got this on change click handler on change starting point. Its value is coming from the state, this dot state dot count. So on change will change the value in the state, and but before that it clears the interval, and then it goes to it gets the event, and it gets the value of event. If I type something here, let's say I type 10 and then count up, it will start counting from that point. Okay, so that is the value on change. In this change, this function is getting the event value, event target value, and storing it in this state under count. So after storing the value, when I click count up, it will start counting from that point. Okay, so this is the this dot state dot count, this dot state dot count, simply I am showing this value here by using this expression. And then we have got 4 buttons: count up, count down, pause and reset. And here are the functions: count up, count down, pause and reset. So countdown, what countdown is doing, what count up is doing is first of all it clears previously started interval, and then the interval is started, and interval is set to repeat itself after each 1 second. 1000 milliseconds is equal to 1 second. Okay, and then what we have given to this interval is this one. It gets previous state from this state, and then it increments it with 1. And I am just using parse int to make sure that I have got integer. And our countdown, first of all interval is cleared, and then I'm checking if this state is greater than 0, then do the following. And here also interval is started again, and then I am checking again inside the interval to stop the interval if I have to, that if the value of count in state is greater than 0, only then do this and decrement value by 1, or else clear the interval. And for the pause, I am just clearing the interval that was started for count up or count down, and that when that interval will be stopped, our progress of the counter will be stopped right there. And then resets also clears interval first, and then it sets the state back to 0. And I have explained this. And then we have got clear interval, inside it clear interval, this is the interval name that will be cleared. So this is our component. This is our counter that we created before. Now we need to modify it. We are enhancing it. So I am just taking the copy of this counter, and let me close this CSS, and I will create another component here, new file, counter2.js, and let me paste that here. Let me change the name for this component, and counter2. Save, and I do not need counter1 here. Now this is counter2, and let me bring it here, counter2, counter2, and counter2, and we will just comment previous counter component. And so our requirements have changed. I will just cut this from here, and I will bring it in the counter2 before end of the component. So our requirements are now count up to upper limit, count up to upper limit, count down to 0, pause counter, reset counter are working, and count up to specific upper limit. All right, so this is our starting point, and we can start it, let's say, from any value, and we can reset it. Now I need another input that will be our upper limit, right? So I have got this label and an input. I'm copying it, and let me enclose it in div, and we just take copy of it here, and I will say that type upper limit, type upper limit for counter. G20, and this will be on change upper, on change limiting point, and this dot state dot value, this will be the upper limit. So I need another value in this state, and this will be the our upper limit that will start from 10, let's say. So type something, this is our upper limit. What I want now is, if I click the count up, it should go to 10 and then stop there. So we will be changing this count up function. I need a break here. So we have defined another event handler, so we have to handle it here as well, and this is the handle input, handle limiting input. This is our function. It will receive the event and event from on change, and then inside it we will again clear the interval as we have done previously for all other click handlers. And then we will just, what we will do, I'm going to copy this, I'm pasting it, and this is set state, and here upper limit, for upper limit we are changing this, and again parse int to make sure that we are manipulating it as an integer, a target value. All right, now if I will click here, it will be reflected here in our state. This, let's see, where is our state? We have got no errors here, so that is cool. And we have got a warning here. We can selected context only. Okay, so this is the, I go to components, and these are my values in this state. Okay, so if I change this to 10, it becomes, count becomes 10. So I change it to 15, it will change. So this is what on change handlers are doing. These on change handlers, these on change handlers are receiving event from on change handler, and then they are getting the value of that event and storing these in this state for upper limit and for count. So now we have to limit this. We have to change this count up function. So when the count up starts, we have to apply a check. We will just check that only count this up when its value is less than this upper limit. That's it. So inside the interval, before we are manipulating state, here we will apply our check. So here will be that check, and it will say that if this dot state dot upper limit, if this exists, and if the upper limit exists, and the count, if this dot state dot count is less than this dot state dot upper limit, then do something. This is something that we want to do. We are updating our state, and inside the interval, inside the running interval, so if number one, this limit exists, and if this value, count value, is less than the upper limit, then proceed to do this. So let's check this. Alright, so I am giving this 4, and here I am giving 7. So count up 5, 7, 5, 6, 7, and at 7 it stops. Here also in the else, this is the if, and here will be the else. In the else, you should also clear interval, because that interval was started and that should be cleared. And also what we can do, we can check this thing, that these are integer, and we can make sure that we are manipulating integers, because these are integers that we are dealing with, and not strings. These are numbers, right? Okay, count up, it should go to 10 and then it should stop. Yes, it stopped, and the interval should be cleared as well. Okay, so countdown will work, and it will go to 0 and stop there. Count up, pause, and reset. So you can have any starting point, and you can, if this starting point is greater than upper limit, then it won't count. So the upper limit should be more than starting point, right? So if you can define any 2 points and then count from there, and it will start counting. So that's it guys, I hope you liked this video. If I missed anything or you have something to add, you can comment down below, ask questions related to this topic. If you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to the channel and hit bell icon to receive updates. Join us on social media, links are in the description below. Stay tuned for more updates. I will see you in the next video, and thanks for watching guys. Take care.